The Man's Arc of Life, a full book on strength, discipline, love, power, wisdom, and legacy, by Patrick Tionlock. Preface. A man's life is not a straight road. It is an arc. It rises from weakness, reaches power, and then slowly curves toward meaning. Most men suffer because they don't understand this. They chase pleasure at the wrong time. They chase women when they should chase mastery. They chase money but forget peace. They chase youth and lose dignity. And when the arc turns downward, they panic because they built their identity on height. This book is a map, not a perfect map because every man has different battles, but a true map because every man faces the same arc. Formation, fire, building, peak, reckoning, teaching, legacy. Walk the arc well and you become a complete man. Ignore it, and life will teach you through pain. Part 1. The Rise. Chapter 1. The Beginning. A boy starts life with no strength. He is soft. He needs guidance. He needs correction. This is not shame. This is design. A boy's early years are training years. He learns what is normal by what he sees. He learns what is right by what is enforced. A boy who grows without structure becomes a man who can't handle pressure, can't delay pleasure, and can't carry responsibility. That is why the first gift a boy needs is not freedom. The first gift is discipline, because discipline becomes a man's brakes later in life. Chapter 2. The First Hunger. As a boy grows, something awakens. Hunger. He wants respect. He wants strength. He wants attention. He wants power. This hunger can make him great, or it can make him reckless. If the hunger is guided, it becomes ambition. If the hunger is unguided, it becomes ego. Ego wants to be seen. Ambition wants to be built. And here is the truth. A man who only wants to be seen will always be weak inside. Chapter 3. The Fire Years. Every man enters a season of fire, usually the late teens into the 20s. He feels unstoppable. He wants everything. He believes time is unlimited. This phase is necessary. A man must test himself. He must fail. He must learn what doesn't work. But the fire years have traps. The biggest traps are lust, laziness, bad friends, pride, and shortcuts. A young man often thinks, "I can recover later." But the truth is harsher. Some mistakes don't just cost time, they cost identity. Chapter 4. The First Real Battle. A boy thinks the enemy is other men. A man learns the enemy is inside him. The first real battle is waking up when you don't feel like it, working when nobody is watching, saying no to pleasure, facing fear, staying loyal to a mission. This is where a man separates from the crowd, because most men want a good life, but very few men want a disciplined life. And without discipline, a good life cannot last. Part 2. The Build. Chapter 5. The Building Years. The 30s are the building years for most men. This is where you must choose your foundation. A man must choose his craft, his direction, his standards, his woman, if he's serious, and his code. This is not the phase for playing games. This is the phase for skill, reputation, consistency, family structure, financial architecture. Motivation is not enough here, because motivation is a feeling, and feelings disappear. The building years demand routine. Routine is what carries a man when emotions fail. Chapter 6. The Weight of Responsibility. A man learns something the hard way. Freedom feels good, but responsibility feels meaningful. A man becomes a man when he can carry weight, providing, protecting, leading, staying calm under pressure, being dependable. This is why many men collapse. They want the respect of a leader, but not the burden of leadership. Leadership is lonely sometimes, but it is sacred, because if you lead well, your family lives in peace. Chapter 7. The Woman Factor. A man's arc is heavily shaped by one thing: who he gives access to his life. A woman can bring peace, bring stability, bring order, multiply a man's legacy. Or she can distract him, weaken him, drain his mission, poison his home. A wise man chooses a woman the way he chooses business partners, not by beauty alone, not by excitement, but by character, alignment, and peace. Because beauty fades, but peace builds kingdoms. Chapter 8. The Hidden Enemy of Men. A man does not usually fall from lack of intelligence. He falls from lust, ego, impatience, and the need for validation. Many men destroy their lives not because they were weak, but because they were undisciplined. A man without discipline is a man who can be controlled. Controlled by pleasure, controlled by attention, controlled by temptation. If you can't say no, you are not free. Part 3. The Peak. Chapter 9. The Peak Years. A man reaches a peak. This is when he has resources, access, connections, confidence, influence. This phase feels like winning, but it is the most dangerous part of the arc, because the peak brings temptation, more women, more ego, more opportunities to betray your values. And the higher you are, the harder you fall. At the peak, life tests one question: will you serve yourself, or will you serve what you are responsible for? Chapter 10. The Price of Neglect. Many men fail at the peak not because they are evil. They fail because they neglect what matters. They neglect their wife, their children, their health, their peace, their soul. They think, "I'll fix it later." But later becomes a funeral of relationships. Neglect is slow poison. It doesn't kill in one day. It kills in small doses. Chapter 11. The Trap of Ego. Ego is a quiet killer. It whispers, "You deserve it. You earned it. Enjoy life. No one will know." Ego turns a strong man into a foolish man. And foolishness at the peak is expensive, because when you fall at the peak, you don't fall alone. Your children fall. Your wife falls. Your employees fall. Your reputation falls. A real man controls himself because others are under his shadow. Part 4. The Turn. Chapter 12. The arc begins to bend. One day, a man notices. He recovers slower. His patience is tested more. He thinks deeper. This is the arc bending. This is not weakness. This is the beginning of wisdom. Life is saying, "You have climbed. Now learn what it was for. If a man refuses this lesson, he becomes bitter. If he accepts it, he becomes powerful in a new way. Chapter 13. The Reckoning Years. This is where a man faces himself, not the image, not the status, not the applause, the real self. He begins asking, what have I built? What have I sacrificed? What kind of father am I? What kind of husband am I? What will remain when I'm gone? This phase hurts because truth hurts, but truth also heals, because it wakes you up. Chapter 14. The Second Strength. There are two types of strength: the strength of the body and the strength of the spirit. Young men have body strength. Older men can have spirit strength. Spirit strength is calm under chaos, patience under stress, discipline without praise, leadership without ego. This is the strength that makes men legendary, not because they look strong, but because they are stable. Part 5. The Legacy. Chapter 15. The Teaching Years. Eventually, a man's role changes. He becomes a guide, a builder of others, a protector of family culture, a teacher of younger men. This is where legacy begins. Because legacy is not money alone. Legacy is values transferred, wisdom passed down, a family that stays strong, children who respect themselves, a name that carries honor. Chapter 16. The Final Victory. The final victory is not being rich. The final victory is being at peace. A man wins when he can sit quietly and say, I did not betray myself. I did not destroy my home. I built something that outlives me. I honored God. I walked my ark with dignity. That is a finished man. Epilogue. The prayer of a man. May you rise without arrogance. May you build without losing your soul. May you enjoy without becoming weak. May you lead without destroying love. May you age without bitterness. May you teach without pride. May you leave a legacy that protects your bloodline. And when your arc is complete, may you be remembered not for your height, but for the good your life left behind.